location would be about 10 k's out of the Dorrigo township.
What sort of country is it there?
It's pretty dense bushland.
Sort of hilly terrain, and we have a lot of rivers and waterfalls and a lot of bush. We're on the edge of an escarpment.
It's about maybe 9:30 at night, 9:45.
So you're dropping your friend out to like a house out there? Or?
I actually live down right near where we saw it.
Maybe 2 k's away from the friend's house that I've seen it. I come around the corner and it leads onto quite a straight road. It's quite hilly, but you can see a good 200-300 metres ahead of you. And as I come to the end of the start of the straight, I could just see these real yellow eyes. There was a full moon, which made the silhouette of whatever it was quite visible. And it would have been standing on its back legs, and as I said, about 9, maybe 10 foot tall. It was tall. I came around the corner and I would have travelled maybe 20 metres, and in this point it had run from one side of the road across into another paddock, which may be about 100 metres, and it was there and quicker than you're saying. He was moving. You can see into the paddock which the thing ran into, and as I came past it I could see it. It was jet black. It had the hairiest back I've seen, but its front didn't look like it had hair on it. It was hunched over. Its arms were hanging quite low towards its knees, but still standing a good 6-7 foot hunched over.
His eyes were really tough.
And yeah, the eyes on it, that's what caught my attention originally, because I'd seen these 2 yellow eyes and they were, like nothing I'd seen. It's sort of like 2 little suns for eyes, if you will. And then, as I drove past the place where it was just chilling under these 3 trees, and I was just looking at it, and it was looking at me.
Made sure you went past.
Definitely seen me and made sure I was not stopping or... I felt real uneasy after it. As I said, my skin felt cold but hot. I felt real panicky. I just wanted to get home, and I was going to call up my mum and tell her to open the back gate so I didn't have to park out on the road.
Where was it and what was it doing when you first saw it?
It was up on a paddock because my friend and I went back today to see if we could see anything, and exactly where I said, you could see a definite track leading right across the road into the other bit of grass, and then...
Exactly where it runs.
Pretty big footprints in one spot, it would have been double mine on those 10s.
The grass is very dead at the moment. You can see them. And they lined up the tracks perfectly on either side of the road. It's almost as if that pathway is used a bit, well worn.
And it's not somewhere that you really stop. We had to find a pretty sketchy spot to stop and park the car so we could have a look, but it's not somewhere...
It's not some cattle or anything.
Yeah, it's not somewhere you'd lead cattle through or even a farm would walk through, It's a pretty dodgy spot, and it's like on a straight hill, straight down, so, you're sort of risking your life going up there, running onto the road after it, because it's, it's a 100k zone, so cars, they pump through there. It pumped across the road. It was really quick. As I passed it, it was just looking at me, making sure I was going past, it made eye contact.
It wasn't scared of being seen, clearly.
It could have seen me coming from quite a while away, so it knew I was coming, but it didn't mind, obviously. I was going at 90 k's, as I said. By the time I travelled 20 metres, it was already long gone into the paddock, and it stayed there to watch me pass. It could have made heaps more yardage, and I couldn't have seen it. I would have thought that it stayed there looking at me.
Confirmed you weren't imagining it.
Yeah.
When it crossed the road in front of you, and it was from right to left?
Yeah, it was from the right side of the road to the left.
You said it sort of stopped in the paddock. How far from the road was it stopped?
About 20 metres. I could see the majority of it. I could see pretty much every part of it. It was standing...
Between 3 tree trunks.
Yeah, it was standing on a side view between 3 trunks, but I could see it. Body.
I actually got a photo of where the trees are, where it was standing. You can see the 3 trees.
I would have been maybe 20 metres away from it. It was hunched over. It was very black, jet black, black as the ace of spades. It was real hairy. It didn't look to have too much going on in the leg department, but its torso and arms were really long.
Probably it had a massive chest.
Yeah, big chest and real yellow eyes. The yellowest eyes you've ever seen. It was crazy, like almost devilish type thing. Yeah, it was hairy. No hair on the chest that I could see, but it was dark. But I could see the hair on the back.
Was it long hair or short hair?
More long and hanging, sort of like small dreadlocks, if you will, like real rough and matted hair. It was just the yellow eyes sort of drew me into it. Silhouette was massive, and He was hairy. I guess you'd go maybe an 8, but it couldn't have been because it was way too tall when it was on it, like standing
Yeah,
upright.
was that the Harry Potter one that you said with that description?
If anything, Prisoner of Azkaban, Harry Potter. Yeah, when he starts turning into a werewolf. I'd describe it as that, but way solider, way bigger across the chest. Real hairy on the back, but not much going on the front. He was solid. He was quite wide across the shoulders, big torso. The arms didn't look as big, but it was because his torso was so big. I imagine the arms would have been quite big, but in comparison to his torso, they looked like he hadn't been working out too much. As soon as I made eye contact with it and seen the yellow eyes, I felt like my skin was cold but hot. Almost like I just wanted to yell, if that makes any sense at all. It was a real uneasy feeling.
It's standing there?
Yeah, it ran from the right side of the road into the paddock, and then as I was passing it, it was just hunched over, real long arms, like, scraping below its knees, just staring at me.
It ran down towards a little, it ran down towards a dam. The paddock it was in, there's a dam down at the bottom of it. We thought it might have been going for a drink or something. It's all like sort of cow paddocks, and then there's a fair bit of bush around as well.
And then, I was like, I want to find out more about this, and looked at a few videos online that you had posted, and a lot of it seems to surround the Dorrigo areas, and the descriptions they were saying fit mine perfectly. In proportion, its head was quite small. If anything, it didn't really have a neck. He's just head to shoulder.
Is there anything else in terms of what you saw or what you felt that you haven't already spoken about that you might want to discuss?
Not really. If it helps,
I've got a question. That's okay.
I might have seen a panther.
I was in the car.
It was only 3-4 days before I'd seen this thing. I don't know if there's any connection or whatsoever.
Tell me about that.
Again, I was driving my friend home. She was in
I saw
the
this
car.
one as well. This was on my road. Down in the bush. I'm very much down in the bush.
About a K from where I seen the yowie. So that's why I thought there might have been a connection. It came from the left side in some pretty dense bush and just ran straight across my car. Again, quick as anything, jet black and moving so quickly.
Yeah, I sort of saw it, and he fully saw the whole thing. He said it was like a big panther, and from what I saw, it had like a big tail bit and bum. Wow. And then I spoke to my grandma about it, and she's also got friends that have sighted a panther around our road as well.